Hi guys, and welcome to the Friday Live thing with me, Mark Thompson, and there he is, Tim Goodwin. Hello, Tim.
I've got tire marks on me today.
I know. For people on the podcast, Tim is wearing a black T-shirt with a white tire on
it. I should remember every time that I can't do the visual gags.
We used to do more visual gags so people can watch it live. How's your week been?
Actually, really good. It's been a solid week. I was explaining on SMO Pro, which is the kind of the paid version of Serious Marketers Only. So it's where the cool kids come to play. I was talking about that I've actually been a little bit quiet over the last few months in terms of my interaction with people within the various groups that we've got. And one of the main reasons is down to some ad campaigns and an ad structure on Facebook that I've been working on. We talked about it last week, and I kind of shocked Mark when I told him that I was paying for likes. But my reasoning is actually there is logic there somewhere. And this last week has been very, very good for us in terms of how we're actually converting cold traffic to sales. Our campaigns on Facebook, our cold audience campaigns are working very well as the slightly warm ones, the people who are liking our page and engaging with our content and stuff like that. They're converting really well for us as well. So I've been working quite hard on that, trying to figure out, okay, where do I go next? How do I scale and things like that? So it's was saying to Mark just before we came on air that it's one of the scariest things is actually when you have a campaign that's working. Certainly for cold traffic, it's like, oh crap, now I've got to actually scale this thing and not break it. That's the next goal, is to see what I can do to sort of keep it moving forward. But hopefully, over the coming sort of couple of weeks, I will share more stuff, certainly with our pro group and a little bit with the foundation as well. So if you're not a member of either the foundation or pro, there'll be a link somewhere
come up in a minute
below. When Mark gets his act together. For those of you on the podcast who can't see that, it's members.seriousmarketersonly.com, and that's where you can join the foundation. And Mark will also hit you up with stuff to do with pro group as well.
Yeah, and in those groups, you actually get to see some hilarious stuff. I.e., me with an absolutely massively profitable Facebook campaign that was showing people how I set it up, showed them exactly what the ad was, showed them all the thinking behind it, and then deleted it accidentally when I was recording it. That was a campaign I spent $1.12 on and made $345, and I deleted it live.
Slick.
Yeah. So I mean, we all screw up. Some of us screw up more than others, but hey, you get used to it after a while.
Yeah, absolutely.
We might as well start talking a little bit about Facebook ads, because I mean I generally hate Facebook ads. I hate Facebook ads for cold traffic. I actually do like them for retargeting. So at the moment, I'm testing two sets of. I'm doing a sort of case study in the pro group, and I'm testing two types of campaigns. And we have talked about it in the last couple of weeks, but I will recap. I've got the Power 5, which is Facebook's full black box automation. You turn on all the different types of automations and targeting and placing that Facebook has, and you let it do its stuff. So I've got two of those running. One is for cold traffic, which generates a list of people who have seen an article. When they go and see that article, then run the second part of the campaign, which is for so-called warm traffic. It's performing okay. I am going to tweak it next Monday. I'm going to see how it goes. I'm going to tweak the ads because I've started another couple of $1 campaigns, and the ones that are long form copy, i.e. an image, and then literally a mini article, maybe 200-300 words, are performing so much better than an image and just a little bit of content. And I mean, massively so. So I'm going to dive in and change some of those that content next week. The other stuff I'm running is the Hot 7 stuff, the Dennis Yu stroke Kurt Marley stuff. That's actually performing really well. I'm really happy with how that's going. Once again, I do want to change that to long form though, because I think long form content is working so much better at the moment. So yeah, that's where I'm at on my Facebook ads.
I suppose the biggest difference between what Mark's doing right now and what I'm doing is Mark's doing mostly image-based posts. Pretty much all of my campaigns at the moment are video, because that's where I'm getting really, really good, strong engagement signals and actual sales as well from it. So I'm going through a process of creating quite a few different video creatives.
Sorry, mate. I'm testing 2 different ads, one video and one image to the cold traffic. If I look at the last 7 days, the video's 60 cents per click and the cold traffic is 85 cents per click. So there's not that much difference. The massive difference is, and I don't understand this, Google, please explain this to me.
Facebook even.
The CPM, cost per thousand, for the image ad is $5.67, and for the video it's $34.
Wow. Okay, that's completely the wrong way round to what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly what I thought. Now, whether it's because the impressions for the image are 1,600 versus 400 for the video. It's crazy, isn't it?
I suppose really they're small numbers in the grand scheme of things. Depends on how big your base audience is that you're targeting.
It's everybody who likes affiliate marketing. So it's about 14 million.
Okay, that is still a big audience.
Yeah.
And the other thing is when you're spending like $1 a day or $2 a day, whatever you're spending on that.
This is a massive one, mate. $5 a day.
Wow. Okay. So, but even so, even at that relatively low level, it takes Facebook an awful long time to figure out like who in that massive 14 million to actually target. So it's gone, okay, well, I'm going to take your $5 a day and figure out which segment, and it will take a tranche of that 14 million and kind of guess like, you know, who's likely to actually engage with it. So yes, why sometimes it's like, okay, you kind of look at the budget that you spend, the amount that you spend versus the audience, and it's like, okay, well, what percentage am I actually going to reach? Am I going to reach a 0.1% or 0.0001% of that whole audience in a day? And that's where like you start getting like the weird sort of CPMs coming out. I've certainly seen that when I've run like really low cost, like $1 a day kind of campaigns. I've seen some real weird CPM numbers and things like that. It works, it can work, but it takes Facebook a long time to figure out actually who you actually want to target. So
yeah, I mean, the other interesting thing is that the cost per landing page view, which is basically what matters in the end, 136 for the video and 284 for the static image. Crazy numbers.
Yeah,
and the click-through rate on the video is 6% compared to basically 0.66% on the image. So strangeness, but we'll stick with it and see how it goes.
I think one of the biggest takeaways for me is like, and as I've you know, we all have a love-hate relationship with Facebook, and certainly Facebook ads, and you know, the amount of times I've kind of like packed it in and just gone, fuck it, basically, I'm not playing anymore. But there's times when I look at the biggest problem for me is like, I know that's where my audience is. I know that's where the majority of my customer base are likely to spend their time. So I can't ignore it, and I have to keep on coming back to it over and over again. Going, I've got to make this work. I can make this work because I know I've got a product that people like, and they can keep on coming back and buying over and over again. So one of the things that we talked about off air before we came on was like the cost per acquisition is quite high I'm talking around about the sort of £27, £27.50. That's basically me breaking even on the front end. But the thing is, like, historically, I've been spending 40, 45, 50 pounds to acquire a customer. And I've had to kind of like start and stop my ad campaigns, because I'd spend a bunch of money, acquire some customers, and then have to wait 60 to 90 days to actually liquidate that traffic, those customers. And then I've got some money again to go and start advertising. Today, at the moment, my cold campaigns are running at £23 cost per acquisition. I've averaged over the last 14 days. And that's the first time I've really had that. And the key bit is because I know my cost per acquisition, I know how expensive. I know now that I've actually got something I can actually push forward and scale, and I don't have to start and stop the ads. And that's quite a key thing. And it comes down to understanding your metrics. Like, people aren't just buying a single tub of our product when they buy for the first time. They're buying the single tub and something else. So it's given me a lot more sort of, the return on ad spend has been very, very strong as well. And knowing those numbers and knowing the average, cart value for that first time customer, for us is around about 55, 60 pounds, I think, for last month. Again, it's knowing your numbers. And I know we've probably talked about this so much, and I hammered it down people's throats, but the more that you know about, okay, the average cart value, the average lifetime value of that customer, how quickly do they come back for a second purchase, all those kind of metrics makes it quick actually grow your business.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of the things I like about Thrivecart, actually, because their dashboard gives you everything like that on the front page. When you log in, you can see your retention rate, you can see your lifetime value and stuff like that. And funny enough, just before we came on, I was in Active Campaign updating my lifetime value script. So what happens, I've got anybody purchases through Thrivecart, it gets updated within Active Campaign. So I know exactly what everyone's lifetime value is. It just means that I can turn around and say, hey, look, here's a lifetime offer. I mean, I sent out 10 lifetime offers to people this week. So if you check your inboxes, you may have got one. But then again, it's stuff like that converts. I mean, finding 10 clients, okay, who generally should update to lifetime because they've been long enough and they're still paying monthly. Look, here's a no-brainer offer. Switch to lifetime. I mean, that's a really easy way that you can grow your business. It's like what we talked about last time was segmenting. I mean, if you can, the more information you know, having your numbers, having your customers, how well you know your customers. It depends on what you're selling, but you can probably generate money whenever you want, or generate sales whenever you want, if you have the data and understand the data. That's the main thing. So that's why today, lifetime value because what happened when I migrated, I forgot the script was on a server, one of the sites I closed down. I think, God, lifetime value hasn't updated for anyone for a long time. But yeah, now I fixed it now. So another screw up. There's 2 screw ups this week.
Now, it's actually interesting with you because there's everybody, like, obviously, people listening to this, some will be affiliate marketers, some will have their own information products, some will have their own e-commerce based businesses as well. And the key bit for me is I still concentrate quite heavily on the affiliates that promote our product. One of the things that we've actually done, another thing that we've been working on quite heavily over the last couple of months, is working more closely with our affiliates. And what I've actually been doing is repurposing the videos that I've been creating for the Facebook ad campaigns. I've actually been editing those videos, going back and editing the successful ones and making them appropriate for my affiliates. And then going, here guys, have some videos, post them up on your Facebook page, on your Facebook groups, just change the link in your description and put your discount code in that. and that kind of thing. So they've got access to my successful media, and it's things like that. It's why having a group of affiliates, this is a great thing. So you can go, well, actually, this thing's working really well. This email sequence is working well. Let's give them that as well. Let's work with them and help them, get more commissions, because they're the ones with the audience that at the end of the day. So if you can, give them assets, whether it's videos or whether it's image ads or image posts with a description that is converting well for you, pass it on to your affiliates, because then certainly you can get some more commissions or more affiliates promoting your stuff on a consistent basis. So things like that, which have been working really well for us.
Another thing I did this week was I fired up Hootsuite again. I bought
That's a bit of a blast from the past.
Sorry?
There's a bit of a blast from the past. It's like talking about a Spectrum ZX 48K.
Yeah, but it's still running. So, so I got that in 2013. So I'm still on a $7 a month plan for it. So I thought, you know what, I'll fire it up and see what I can do with it. And last night, 10 minutes to use. I used Relay That to create some awesome images. But I just fired up 4 or 5 images, created 4 or 5 images, posted them out on Hootsuite. 10 minutes done, posted to everything. Okay, so I went to. Actually, if you're watching this in the group, you'll probably see one of the images down below. Went out to tweeted one out. I sent one out to my Instagram account. I'm going to be an influencer, mate. So I thought, I'll set up on Instagram, because I've noticed that a lot of the top name marketers are now switching across from Facebook to Instagram. And you go on there, Frank Kern's on there every day posting some videos and stuff like that. So no need to ply my own or make my own path. Just follow what these guys are doing.
I think I'd rather peel my own eyeballs with a blunt wooden spoon than go onto Instagram.
Hey, come on! I've made 2 posts in 2 weeks. I'm starting.
Dear. Maybe I'll pay you some in product to promote Lean Greens for us as an influencer.
Oh yeah, because I've got to get my selfie face ready.
Get your pout on, mate.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I will do one with a pout.
There you go. That's another
podcast. Tough, you missed it. Right. So another thing we want to talk about this week is. Oh, actually, can I have a rant?
Yeah, go on, have a rant.
Let's talk about some bad business practices, shall we?
Yeah, there's lots of that out there.
So I get an email every month and I've got it for the last 6 years saying, hey, you've got 2138 in commission. This is from Perfect Audience, owned by Marin Software. Just let them know that I've got 2138 in affiliate commission. Right, I've had it for 6 years. So I got fed up with getting this email yesterday. So I emailed and said, hey, look, guys, can you do us a favor? Can you just send me this $21? Yeah, it's never going to increase. And they went, no, our terms of service say you have to have $100 in your account before we pay out. So actually, I do think there must be something illegal in that. I can't see there being legal terms of service because that's my money. So they're refusing to pay it out. So I tweeted them. I'm going to tweet them every day now, going, where's my money, you bastards? It's only $21 and I forgot about it for 6 years, but hey, it's a principle, isn't it? So yes, Perfect Audience. They don't pay their debts.
There you go.
Phone up Martin Lewis.
Brilliant. So I fortunately I tend to with programs that do pay out on a regular basis. And certainly if you're an affiliate for Lean Greens, if you ask for your £5.21, I might be a bit miffed, but I will still pay it out.
It's $21, Tim.
Oh, God, dear. So pay for a beer on the beach.
Yeah, so anyway, that's perfect. Right, so what we're going to talk about now is something that Brian Dean came up with this week, which is the complete content. Right, so basically complete content is covering as much of a topic as possible, which is a pretty surefire way of ranking in the top 10 of Google. He posted a load of examples yesterday, all top quality articles. Now, somebody said to me in the group yesterday, I could never ever write an article like that. Right, so here we go. Yes, anybody can write complete content. It's just a matter of not trying to sit down and write an article. It's about planning the article. It's about going to Google. Google gives you loads of clues about what they consider complete content. Go to Google Images and you will see a load of different tags at the top, right? That is what Google wants to see for that topic. And so you basically start up there and make sure you include everything in there. Complete content doesn't have to be massive. Some of the articles in a demo weren't huge. They weren't 6,000-7,000 words. So just make sure you cover every single topic, and that will class towards or count towards your complete content. You can then go to places like, I forgot it, Pro. What's it called? It's called POP. Perfect Page Optimizer Pro. That's it. So go to Page Optimizer Pro and find the 5 topics or 5 articles in the top 10 that you really like, that are represented, that are ranking well. Put them in there, and it will tell you their page structure. It will aggregate out all their page structure, how many words they've got, how many H1 tags, how many H2 tags. Because it's like, if something's ranking on Google, it's ranking there for a reason. And if you can find all the different bits and pieces, then you're fine. You can just copy it and then write your own content based around that, and you'll be fine. I mean, it really isn't difficult. It's just getting it out of your head that you're gonna have to write an article, or you sit down and write an article. You don't. You sit down, you plan an article, then you write one section, you go away, come back tomorrow, write an article. These articles are designed for you to post one a month, one every 2 months. I think at one point, Brian Dean had done 8 articles in 2 years, but each one was the best bit of art content there. It's just take your time, write it slowly. If you're like me, you can't spell for shit and your grammar is bad, then use one of the writing tools, Grammarly or Pro Writing Aid. They'll get you on the right track. Keeps on telling me to remove words, so I hate that. Screws up my word count.
So one of the best examples I came across of this, I've been looking at different bike computers. And there's one called a Garmin Edge 530, which has just been launched about 2 weeks ago. And if you do a search for Garmin Edge 530 or the 830, which I think is the touchscreen version, there's usual things of like, you can see like the shopping ads for them. Yeah. And there's like an ad for a bike shop that's selling them. There's Garmin. And then the next one down, the second item, the second listing, is this
not Rainmaker, is it?
Yeah, it's DC Rainmaker.
DC Rainmaker ranks for absolutely everything sport related and gizmo and tech, because he writes, I knew you were going to say that, he writes such great content.
Yep. It's the complete content. Basically, it's like this one for the DC Edge, or sorry, the Garmin Edge is literally thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of words, and it's got lots of like rich images on there explaining how he's using it, how he's tested it. It's got video in there and all that kind of thing. And like, he is ranked number 2 and I think it's basically the article has only been up there for like 2 days.
Yeah.
The device has only been out. It's been up since April the 24th. So just over a week. And it's already ranked at number 2 for that particular device, which is quite incredible. If somebody's searching for a Garmin Edge 530, they're going to find the most in-depth review about it. They'll be able to find everything else about it. And I'm sure on there he's getting paid for he's got links on there for AdWords and stuff. But I'm sure that there will be links in there to go buy the thing anyway, from Garmin or from a bike shop, and he gets a kickback off that.
Yeah, I mean, I know he gets sent loads of stuff. Yeah. I mean, there's one review he did where I think he had about 4 watches on and 3 things on his handlebars. But yeah, the link's down below. It's dcrainmaker.com well worth looking. If you're interested in doing good content, that's a great place to start, just to analyze what he's doing and stick him into Ahrefs. In fact, while you talk a bit longer, and I'll stick him in Ahrefs.
Yeah, so one of the things that's quite interesting with the content is, you know, when you look at it, you think, well, okay, well, it's thousands and thousands of words. Am I ever going to read all that? But like, there's so much other content on there. The images are really, really good quality images. He's got like charts on there, you know. So and I'm sure he's probably he's whether he's pinched that from Garmin directly. Oh no, he's actually probably created it himself because he's comparing a different device as well. Yeah, and at the bottom there are links which are to a company called clevertraining.com, and I'm fairly sure those are yeah, or he's got Amazon links in there as well.
Yeah, I mean, he has got, ready for this, his domain rank is 73, backlinks 955,000. Historically, he has 7.19 million backlinks. He's got 6.32 thousand, 6,320 referring domains. That's domains that link to him. 206,000 organic keywords he ranks for. 154,000 organic traffic. Now that is probably an underestimate. They usually are. And the traffic value is $57,000 a month.
That's quite incredible. That's impressive. But yeah, so that's kind of like your sort of, you know, best case. And obviously it's quite a competitive market, like with the gadgets and all that kind of stuff. Certainly if you're doing stuff through Amazon Associates, there will be quite a lot of competition. But you only need to create like the best piece of content out there. So if say, for example, if you are, I don't know, a ClickFunnels affiliate, I know we all love ClickFunnels, but you can write the very best piece of content that is about how to do, you know, I don't know, membership sites on ClickFunnels, for example, and have the very, very best piece of content about that. Broad, you can go very detailed, as per this example with this Garmin Edge 530 cycling GPS computer, which is the title of the thing. You know, that's you know, you can go right the way down to the exact model. It doesn't have to be a very broad thing about just GPS computers, bike computers, or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's just making sure that you cover as much as possible.
Yeah,
and relevant stuff as well. So don't start talking about sweet potatoes and then go on to meringues. Then you can. Kevin's just said one of his articles has got 31,000 words. So you don't aim to write that in one sitting. I've got articles now that are 2 years old, and last month I added about 200-300 words to it. This month I'll add 200-300 words to it. Constantly updating it, constantly adding new angles to it. That's how you do it. You don't aim to just write the best article straight off. You plan it, write a good one, and then constantly tweak it.
Yeah. Even if you start off by going, well, I'm going to write a review for it, and then like launch it. So even if it's like even only 1,500 words for a review, launch the thing and then build upon it, because every time you build upon it, it's getting, you know, a little bit more love juice from Google, and you know, you just keep on building and keep on adding to it, giving it more detail, more latent semantic keywords that it is what Google is looking for. You know, so yeah, keep on building on that content. I'm not a big fan of like saying writing content in all honesty. But the stuff that I have created, the content, the reviews I've done, and like, you know, the various sort of, you know, longer pieces, I started off with a very full idea, and it's just grown into a full blown kind of. Eventually, it gets to a point where it's this massive, you know, review on quite a tight subject, and it is normally about going really, really deep into one particular very tight subject. Don't pick marathon running, for example, because it's too broad. But it's marathon running for over 50 females. Better article, better piece of content to go into,
and that gives you the whole opportunity to talk about kit, running shoes, GPSs, watches,
training,
rehydration, training schedules, eating before the race, eating after the race.
Yeah,
which is what people want to know.
Yep, absolutely. And that content is that kind of content is very.
Hang on a minute. Hang on, Tamar. Do you not know me? No, I hate rewriters. I absolutely hate rewriters. I loathe. I can't think of anything I hate. Well, I can think of lots of things like ClickFunnels, but there's very little I hate more than rewriters. They're just okay. Technology may have improved. They may be good now, but come on, just put the work in. Do the work. Write everything. If you're writing an article about the Garmin 575, whatever it is, write one article. Make that the best article possible. No need to rewrite it. No need to write 100 articles about the Garmin 5, whatever, 96 or whatever.
Yeah, just go deep.
Yeah, one article, one bit of content. Just look to honestly set yourself a schedule of writing one piece of content every 2 months for the next year, and plan it out and write one section a day, or one section a week, or one section every couple of days. When you sat down watching something on TV that's a bit boring, go and write a paragraph.
Yeah, instead of watching Game of Thrones.
No, watch Game of Thrones. It's awesome.
I've not watched it for a couple of years.
Oh, you're gonna. Oh, I'll tell you what. Do you know what? Actually, we sometimes talk about shows we watched.
Yeah.
The new one on Netflix called Street Food.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
Right now, it's volume 1. It's all about Asia, so it's all about street food in different countries in Asia, and they basically feature a few different types of street food plus one person, right? And I'll tell you what, those people, they are dedicated to their food. It was a 100-year-old woman on there yesterday. She's made the same food all her life. She makes one thing, and she has big queues down the street, and the president comes along to her. There's a street food woman in Bangkok who's got a Michelin star, and it's all about their passion. I mean, they practice one thing until it's the best it can be, and then they just do it. It's absolutely, it's worth watching.
That sounds right up my street. I'm a big fan of food.
Yeah. No, I just sit there in the evening looking and go, that looks really nice. And, okay, I'm off to Seoul now next week to go. I'm definitely going to try that kimchi.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Yeah. That's actually this is a good point. It's actually got 2 good points. It's important to find a topic where it doesn't feel like work. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, blog about a passion. I blog about things I like.
I'm sure this dude that DC Rainmaker dude has written, like he only writes about obviously technology because he's obviously passionate about technology, but also relating to sport, and specifically whether it's run technology or bike technology, he loves all of it.
Yeah, he's a tech geek like us.
And he's a right proper nerd when it comes to all this stuff. Yeah. But it shows it makes it easier for him to write.
Yeah, so I mean, Kevin said do 1,000 words a day. Perfect. I mean, then in a month, say you take the weekends off, you're going to have 20,000 word article, which is going to be one of the best articles out there.
Yeah.
And then you just spend the next month getting backlinks to it. Actually, here's a good one. Tamar says, I love our business, but there's just too much to do. Simplify it. Seriously, simplify it. That's what I've been doing over the last 4 months. My job now is to create content, publicize that content, drive traffic to the foundation. Members.seriousmarketersonly.com. And that's it. That's all I do now. Everything else I've got on the back end is automated. I've got all my email campaigns set up. Every day, once a week, I go in and add a new email to an automation. So people who come in future will get that. I'm using a CRM and all stuff like that. So
I think it's true. It's like it's too easy to kind of get bogged down in like lots of different things, and like I kind of get to the point, certainly with our business, with Lean Green specifically, the challenge is trying not to do too much. It's like essentially there's myself and Sam. We have a couple of admin staff who work for us. Our fulfillment is handled by somebody else. We've simplified everything down to the point where my day-to-day role is essentially find new customers. That is it. We're not really in the process of developing new products right now. We don't feel we need to. We just need to sell more of the stuff that we've already got.
Yeah.
And when I go talk about, okay, well, find new customers, it's like boiling that down to like, okay, where's the most likely place to find them?
Yeah.
And from Facebook, our audience, building our following and the engagement so that more people come and buy from us. That is it. Like I could go into Instagram, I could go mad on Twitter or LinkedIn or any of these other platforms. I could do all of the ad campaigns on all of those different platforms, but I choose not to because I know my 80-20, like 80% of my customers will come from 20% of my effort, which is, mostly on Facebook.
Yeah.
Which is somebody was asking me last night, she said, oh, you look tanned, you look like you've been on holiday. Where have you been? I was like, actually, I haven't been on holiday. I've just been out riding my bike a lot.
Yeah.
Because I've kind of had the space to be able to go and ride my bike but still just focus on the one thing that I have to focus on, which is getting more new customers. Because ultimately that's what pays the bills. At the end of the day, all the other stuff is automated. It works. It's as Mark says, we use a CRM. We use a fulfillment system that allows us to not have to be packing boxes every day. I have to keep a check on stock levels and keep on reordering new stock, but that's it. Really is. That's
the biggest nightmare in your life, though, isn't it? Stock levels in your stock. Sorry for saying that, Tim.
It causes me more stress than anything else, in all honesty. But I
have more hair than me till he started selling stuff.
Hair down to my shoulders as well. So it's
we've actually hit once again. We've hit on something that's really important just by talking around it for a while. I mean, it is. What is your one thing you need to do? What that is.
Yeah, it was the same when I ran my own personal training business back in the day in Luxembourg. It's like every day when I woke up, I had literally two things to do. I had one, go and train folk, and two, go and find more people who want to train with me. That's it. And I had there was no other thing for me to think about. And it was a successful business, 6 figures a year plus business, because I just had those two things to focus on. When I started confusing things by creating an info product and getting involved in all this internet marketing doodahs, that things started getting really complicated. But when you got a singular focus, that's why because I've been singularly focused on like the Facebook ads and Facebook audience and things like that, I've kind of like had to kind of push SMO to one side a little bit and not be as interactive as I have been in the past. Because I'm like, well, I really, really want to get this nailed, because at some point I'll be able to come back and go, hey guys, I found a system that works. Here's how it works. And that's to come. But it's having that singular focus has made things much, much easier to get my head around. I don't have so much stress. You can tell I haven't got any wrinkles on my head anymore.
Yeah. Look, I'm 58. No, I'm 57 next month. Doesn't look like it, does it? No stress. No calluses, nothing. Don't do any hard work. But I mean, my at the moment, my whole stuff is, I try and be in the office by 10 o'clock in the morning. I try to be out of the office by 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll work a full day. Thursday and Friday, I finish. Well, Thursday, I tend to finish around about lunchtime or before. And Friday, I'll get all this sorted out, and then that'll be it. and then Saturday, Sunday, don't go near it.
Yeah.
That's my thinking time. That's when I'll go off for a walk, headphones in, listen to podcasts. I've mentioned it last week. These little, I think I mentioned it last week. These little earpods, best thing ever for listening to podcasts, because you can just go tap tap. Siri, remind me 10 o'clock tomorrow. Give Siri a little note, and Siri will remind you next morning of whatever you want to do. And it's just implementing it.
Yeah.
No, Ian said, "Am I shrinking or further away from the camera?" No, I'm shrinking, mate.
Yeah, I think if I stand back here, I look really slim and
If I go up here, look.
More visual gags for the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Podcasters love visual gags.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's about working, get your business to a position where you know exactly what your one goal is.
Yeah.
And it's taken me a long time to get there.
I think one of the, I can't remember who commented, basically, it doesn't need to be complicated. Your business shouldn't be too confusing or complicated. It shouldn't have so many moving parts. You'll know where the majority of your audience live and spend their time and what they're hungry for. That's all you need to focus on. It's like, yes, and unfortunately, as internet marketers, we have this whole bright, shiny object thing, and we probably perpetuate it when we talk about on the Friday Live thing about the different things that we're trying and all this kind of stuff. And it's basically a buffet of ideas of stuff that you could potentially try. We're not telling you, go do this, go do that, go do all of the things that we tell you. It's like, here's stuff that you can potentially make a difference. This is what's working for us right now. You don't necessarily need to implement it. You don't have to. Do the thing that works for you, but also have, to the side, that buffet of ideas of things that, if the thing you're working on right now is not working, you've got a whole buffet of other things that you can be trying, but don't try them all at once, because your head will explode. Exactly.
So, final question. Am I still starving myself? It's not starving, it's fasting. It's what I call strategic eating. And hence the reason I bought the strategic eating method domain, just in case I decide to write a 30,000 word article on strategic eating.
Strategic eating.
Yeah. But anyway, that's I think that's it for the week. Anything else? Anyone got any more questions? Oh, Sean's just turned up. Hello, Sean.
all of the, I could talk about some of the wonderful news that is going on, like with Facebook and all that kind of stuff.
All the changes, Facebook and WhatsApp getting into Facebook Messenger and WhatsApp.
Yeah,
integrated
itself. Yeah, Facebook deciding that they actually probably need to do something serious about security. Data security, but I suppose have a however $1 million fine, $1 billion fine. What's it? How much do they get fined? Was it Facebook got fined something big?
£2.76.
Yeah, yeah, just an insane amount. But I think it was something nuts, like $6 billion that they got fined.
It's nothing though. No, make it $60 billion. Then I'll pay attention.
Yeah. Yeah,
but no, they're on a downward spiral. I mean, once they integrate all this privacy stuff, how are they? Who's keeps on messaging me? Winston, I'll be with you in a minute.
You're a popular man.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, you're saying that they're on a downward spiral. It's like they still had a bumper month or bumper quarter. Like they were still profitable even with the $6 billion fine.
Yeah.
It's like. Oops!
I mean, I think
we're still growing.
I think that their downward spiral is going to come when they add all these privacy things, and suddenly they haven't got the audiences to target. So they have to come up with something.
But at the same time, they will still have they've got so much data already that they've got permission to use personally for their own ad platform. Really, that's where the money is. That's where that's how they make their cash, is by us paying them, unfortunately. But we want to pay them because they're the ones with the audience.
Yeah, exactly. Right, that's it. I've had enough.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm going to get this all prepared, uploaded, and then we shall. Then I shall go, and I don't know what I'm going to. What are we going to do this afternoon, Tim? What are you doing?
What am I doing? A good question. I've got to go and meet a man who's got a broken wrist. He's a pro mountain biker who's broken his wrist 2 days ago. So I'm going to go and chat to him about like supplements and stuff. And what else am I going to do? Actually, one thing I am going to do this weekend, because this, my wife is away this weekend. I'm going to sit and record the videos on this this approach to Facebook ads campaigns that I've been running. I'm going to stick that up on Facebook Pro, SMO Pro, because I think it's an interesting insight, interesting approach. It's a very different approach. As I mentioned in the group yesterday, I think it was, it's kind of like a mixture between like growing your audience through Facebook page likes, like campaigns, the Power 5, Facebook Power 5, and a methodology for testing creatives, ad creatives.
That's interesting.
In a fairly methodical way, relatively methodical, using page post engagement stuff. Yeah. So I will do a video on that, and I'll stick that up into Pro, and I might put a shortened version onto Foundation, so that everybody gets to get a piece of the pie. Sometime member of this twosome/threesome, Dave, was last week. Hello, Dave. I know you're watching because I can just see your message. Was giving his first ever presentation at an event last week. Woo. So how do we reckon that next week we get Dave on? You free next week, Dave, to talk about what you talked about live in front of 10,000 people? Where was he at?
I don't know. Probably about 5, but 10,000 sounds good, doesn't it?
Was it
agency transition, I think.
Okay, so
one of my favorite things, agencies.
Yeah,
everyone has an agency.
I can create an agency. I'll create an agency.
Well, I'm opening up a design agency now because I did a really good design for an ad yesterday.
It worked, so yeah, that's doing a design agency. Yeah. Hire a bunch of Filipinos.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, that's it. We're starting to waffle.
Yep.
Have a great weekend, guys. Yeah. Dave thinks he's free next Friday. Good. I'll get that scheduled during the week, mate. Bye. No, Tim, you got to talk. You can't wave.
Okay, bye.
Can't wave. People think you're rude. Bye.